Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day.
Hey everybody, welcome to Stupid O'Clock. I'm Joe Dog. Zach is going to be running a little bit late because Zach is sort of busy right now.
Yeah, apparently they've just launched your rocket.
On the left side, you're looking up from the inner stage back towards the second stage. Second stage has ignited. The grid fins are now beginning to deploy on that first stage, waiting for call out of fairing deployment.
When do they start lighting them things up?
That's from the booster or second stage.
Fairing operation confirmed.
Yeah, we see
one thing I like about these night landings,
Starlink satellites are now exposed to the vacuum of space. Keep us 3 minutes, 20 seconds into flight. Both the first and second stage have passed over the Kármán line, are officially in space. Keep a close eye on that speed and altitude in the bottom left corner of your screen. That is the live telemetry coming from the first stage as it continues floating up towards its apogee. Apogee is the highest point the first stage will achieve. We normally see this hit about 116, 117 kilometers, but once that speed starts picking up and the altitude goes down, that's when we know it has hit apogee. The second stage will continue burning until almost completing its complete orbit it needs for deployment. They will conduct a second burn of the second stage, lasting 2 seconds, 54 minutes into flight, ahead of payload deployment 1 hour, 5 minutes, 25 seconds after liftoff. But of course, SpaceX no longer shows Starlink deployments, so we'll have to wait for confirmation via social media. But we will be following the first stage as it heads back down to the drone ship, a shortfall of gravitas. Now, the first stage does have to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere, and it's going to begin that 6 minutes, 10 seconds.
Gonna pull Zach back down. And how are you guys doing?
Yeah, getting by. Was busy all day working on Epelian stuff. I'm almost ready for tomorrow's upload, so that's all good.
Cool.
I'm hoping to get caught up with a submission soon enough to where I can start responding to people in real time instead of. I'm still doing stuff that was submitted in August and September of this year. So
you got a backup just a little bit.
I got a backlog. Well, I've got about like 2 months worth.
And is that submission?
Yep.
That many submissions?
Yep. Sometimes we can get 5 a day. Sometimes we get 1 a week. But they build up. And the fellow that was a short story editor last year, he had several months worth that he had not gone ahead and put online. He was only doing like $6 short stories per issue. I raised it to 10 to try and get caught up. So editing is not one of my most favorite things to do, but until somebody volunteers to do it, I'm stuck with it.
Yeah, Carl just said Dan will get caught up in February.
No, we don't do a January issue, so it'll be about March before I have a chance to get caught up.
Oh, you don't do a January issue?
No, we do a 2-month issue in December to give everybody a chance to not have to be working on stuff during Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've done that for quite a while. So December we'll have all the regular stories plus each section editor will do a best of from their section going back through the previous year and picking out outstanding stories to repost.
I'm sort of listening to what Zach said, something about lost. Okay. He was just saying why they deactivated flight termination. All right, about 1 minute, we're going to jump back over to the landing.
Okay. I love watching those.
It's just remarkable how they do it.
Who would have thought you could put a reverse gear on a rocket?
Yeah.
Parking brakes. That's what they need. Parking brakes.
That's the sound. That's why the TARDIS makes that sound. He left the parking brake on.
That's what she said.
Literally. It's a lovely sound. I love that sound.
All right, here we go.
Attempting to land for its 6th time on a shortfall of gravitas is the drone ship for tonight.
Oh, they're on a boat. Darn.
Well, we hope they're going to be on a boat.
Looks like they stuck the landing.
And touchdown of another Falcon 9. This one having flown for its 6th time, so kind of a big
darn it.
Another successful mission. Waiting to watch that speed kind of stopping.
Trying to see how close to the X they were.
There we go. We have Seco 1. That is confirmation of a.
All right, that's
There he is.
There's Dawn.
Howdy.
You missed it, Dawn.
What?
We watched Zach call a rocket landing.
Aw. One of our friends stopped by and we were chatting with him. But I got ice cream.
Yay!
I'm gonna try and reconnect here again. I keep lagging out here.
All right.
We'll be here.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
Carl asked Dawn, did you kick him out?
No, he's in the living room chatting with Ted. Hi, Michaela. Hi, Donna.
All right, Zach's just signed off. Oh, check this out before it goes away. His helmet's got a Santa cap on.
Oh,
All right, go ahead and cut that off.
and bink.
And Joe's back.
That's already running better.
Yeah, it's a Joe Dog. It's a Joe Dog live on both shows.
Hey, Donna, I said I was going to try to make it.
Yeah, he was.
Now he's going to come in here and we're going to make him not be. Better hurry up. I'm going to have the ice cream gone.
He'll watch the recording tomorrow. Oh.
The road noise isn't too loud while I'm inside the truck, is it?
No. The only way we heard it before is you didn't mute when you got out to check the patch.
Gotcha.
Which would have been a good thing. At least we were listening out for your safety.
And we got to behave. Zach's listening. And he's watching Dawn eat the ice cream.
There's some drizzle on here too. I see you, Zach.
Oh, and Carl, don't forget to look for the cherry cordial ice cream. Oh. Get over here, Zach.
Hi, Cap.
Hey, Capstar. Welcome. Zach, if you want to, give Capstar the super secret link, and we'll break him in. Break him in.
Let's say, what's this weed part?
Fresh meat.
I learned something very interesting today. There's a species of antelope that can jump over the average house.
Why do I feel this is going to be a...
I'm waiting for the punchline.
There's two reasons. One is their powerful hind legs that can propel them into the air. And the other one is, yes, Joe, houses can't jump.
There's a mouse in your pocket, Joe Dog?
Well, actually,
it's jokes like that make the traffic look really good out here.
Makes you want to go take a walk, huh?
Thanks, Joe. Needed that.
You know, Joe reminds me of that Ethiopian prince that keeps trying to give away millions of dollars, but no one will click on the link because well, it's the Ethiopian prince.
Zach, Zach, I hope you don't mind, but we actually sort of simulcast the launch, then went back, talked for a little bit, then grabbed the landing.
Unacceptable.
Yep.
How dare you? With no permission. No, you're fine.
Too late.
Y'all can always do that.
No, you gave me perpetuity.
You have to have it on video.
Yeah.
I will sue. No, it's not what our channel does.
Yet.
No, I honestly thought I forgot and missed the show because we almost booked that cruise, and then we found cruises that we liked, completely changing our plan. So we said we'll book those tomorrow. Then we dispersed, and I clicked a button and was like, oh, but if we go a month earlier and go in January, it's half the price. So everyone came back together. We almost booked it, and then realized that they were going to cost us more. In January, it's half the price. So everyone came back together.
You're still broadcasting on Discord.
And then realized that they were going to. No, I'm not. In January.
Not you.
There we go. Came back together. Yeah, I think Capstar's got feedback.
Oh.
Sorry about that. I had to mute a source.
Oh, okay.
Unacceptable.
Cap, all I'm going to tell you is, what the hell are you doing here?
You see my tag, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, abyss of randomness.
Ask Zach about our conversation last night. It was completely random.
Oh, well, you see what my tag says, don't you, Cap?
Forgiveness, understanding, compassion, kindness. Yes.
Do you get the meaning?
Kinda. But I do see the first letters of each one, though.
Yeah, that's just
if that's what you're leaning towards.
Yep. Chris, of course, Chris knows at convention, if you hear me proclaim that very loudly during a conversation, run. If you hear me proclaim, make a hole,
get the heck out of the way.
Double run and don't enter the elevator.
Sorry, my favorite was up.
Yeah.
And HallowCon. Are you okay? Up. It's
Yep,
really
I fucked up.
Y'all got to see this.
Uh-oh, Cat.
Apparently, this guy is not happy because I'm giving y'all attention and not him.
Well, that's normal.
It's a cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the definition right there.
Why do you think I keep my door closed? I got a cat that'll hop up in my lap and push the mic over.
Oh yeah, I saw that the other day where the tail was just like right here the whole time, like nope.
You look like you got one behind you anyway.
No.
Ooh.
That's Bucky Claus.
Mm.
See, it's Bucky Claus.
Okay.
And Yoda or Baby Yoda, it's something else.
Grogu. It's not.
You are.
They gave him a no. They gave him a name. Grogu.
Grogu.
And did the community accept it?
Yep. Immediately.
I still think Yoda was getting busy.
Oh, busy I have been.
Well,
John, you're evil.
It's better in his younger days when he needed the money and he wound up in Gremlins wearing lipstick.
The gremlin with the lipstick.
Yes.
I will never forget, though, how evil they were with the scene where the gremlin adjusted the little electric chair going upstairs and yeeted that poor lady out the window. I was like, y'all are so wrong.
Well, the one thing I did like about the second one is they picked the perfect guy to be Clip because he does crazy just about as good as any other actor.
Of course, every time I see Yoda, I can't think of nothing but, oh dear God, he's the offspring of Kermit and Miss Piggy.
No, that's the Gamorreans.
Did I break dawn just then?
What?
Did I break dawn just then?
Takes more than that to break me.
Yoda's too small. The Gamorreans are the right size.
I mean, it doesn't take a lot to break you, Don.
Oh.
You didn't see what I brought into screen.
No, I didn't. Oh. That broke you, Zach.
Zach, show Cap what happens.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've shown Cap what happens.
Yeah.
We won't advertise their company. There.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Not that thing.
Now, the head.
Zach makes the head pop off.
Damn. Wow.
Now your overlord's saying that's better. You're showing me the proper appreciation and attention.
Another one's on the bed saying yes.
Hey, John, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. It is completely off the rails now. Zach pulled out his little rocket and popped the head off.
Oh!
Wow.
Hasn't gone completely off the rails yet. I haven't spilled any ice cream.
That can be arranged.
Shush.
We have rails. Usually hand rails, but
where we're going, we don't need no stinking rails.
Oh.
Now that is one happy cat.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll give you a backstory on this guy. He was about, I'd say, 2 or 3 weeks old per the vet. 7 years ago on a 104-degree July summer day. And I found this guy, not this house here. This is a new house I've moved into. But the previous house, this guy was no bigger than the palm of my hand, completely purple in the skin, separated from his litter. And he could barely even get out of. And I just happened to hear it because I had my door open, and he was right there at my back door. So he is a loyal kitty.
Holy crap.
Yep.
I just realized something.
What?
Do you know the guy that does the Elmo and Kermit the Frog videos? Voice impressions?
Those are wonderful fucking ideas. Oh, excuse me.
He looks like that guy that does those videos. Cap does.
Who is this?
He's some guy that's one of the TikTokers that does Kermit does the voice impressions.
Or are you talking about the one that goes to the park and does them?
No, not the one that goes to the park.
I'm curious now.
He one day was hearing this couple arguing at the toy store in the toy aisle at Walmart, and there was a little gap between the aisles. So he walked back where Elmo and Mickey Mouse was standing.
Peter Prankster?
Yeah.
Thanks, John Parker.
What, John knows who I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's the one that typed the name in the comments. And good to know Godzilla -1 is that great.
Well, I'm liking Monarch, but of course, my first review of Russell, Wyatt Russell is a clone. I still stand by that.
Talking about Kurt Russell?
How do I look like that guy?
I was wondering the same thing.
I just Googled him. I look nothing like him.
Did you look like him as a kid?
No.
It could be worse. He could look like me.
Joey.
Yeah, I don't see how I look like him at all.
Well, when you were doing the Yoda voice and the...
Oh, well, I mean, I can do voices. My best voice is Beavis. Are you threatening me? I am the Gakanoyo. I have no TP.
Yeah. Hey, Cap, just so you know...
Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea. All right.
Oh, yeah. You never know what we're going to do on this show.
I'll tell you what, though. The funniest thing I ever saw out of Kermit was that guy on YouTube that did the Piggy Got Back, not Baby Got Back.
Okay.
You haven't seen that video?
Oh no, I want to see it.
It's Kermit singing Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby Got Back, but it's referencing this Piggy as Piggy Got Back.
Oh Lord.
Dude, that video is kind of old now, but every time I watch it, I can't help myself but start laughing again.
Yeah. We just can't show it here.
Yeah, I'll send it to you privately.
Cap, you might want to dial your microphone volume down just a hair.
Better yet, I can do it.
You can control our mics?
Yes.
I have it on automatic, but let me know when it's good now.
Okay, that's about right.
Okay, I went all the way down to 55.
I don't feel you in my soul anymore.
I don't think I want to go into your soul like that. What's wrong with you?
Well, that one time at church camp.
Oh, that was...
Yeah. Church camp yesterday discussion was interesting.
Yeah, this was the other group I was telling you about that I told.
Yeah.
I'm like, we were talking about all these different things they're doing. I'm like, and this is a church group?
Well, it operated under one.
There's a message for Dawn.
No, I have not seen that, John. I was the only one that didn't have a thingy underneath my name, so I figured I better put something there. And since I was eating ice cream, that's why it shows that.
Oh, I gotta find your name again now, Joe Dog.
It's me, damn it.
No, but to send you a private message.
Oh, you can just throw it in private chat here on this channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still learning this system. Sorry.
Good night, Carl.
Good night, Carl.
Good night, Carl.
Good luck with your ice cream.
Good night, Carl.
There you go. It's in private.
All right. No, I don't.
Oh.
Okay, so question. Do I have to have YouTube up for this, or can I just stay right here in the...
Just here.
Okay. Let me kill that one then.
I mean, if you keep YouTube open, it looks like people watch us, but...
We know better.
Watch.
I think
I love you.
Replay.
It's definitely a good video. It'll make you look like... Wait, he said what? The Kermit versus Piggy?
The other one I was looking at just now was Kermit Miss Piggy doing She Drives Me Crazy.
That one was hilarious as well.
Fine Young Cannibal. Yeah. And it's got an intro by Ozzy Osbourne.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Oh, I looked over to the side, and one of my suggested videos is Steve Martin, Kermit the Frog, dueling banjos. I almost got thrown out of Cracker Barrel.
You played that in Cracker Barrel?
You know how they got the keyboard at Cracker Barrel? And I went do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And I mean, just everybody just turned their head. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And they're going, stop.
That's profiling.
It might have
Especially at
brought up
Cracker
some,
Barrel.
it might have brought up some painful memories for some folks.
Oh God.
Yeah. I hear that
Physically
movie
and
did create
emotionally.
some. Yeah, I heard that movie-
Emotional drama. I like that guy.
Emotional damage.
Oh yeah, damage is what it is. Yeah, they did say trauma in one skit, and I was like, wait a minute, there's a new word: emotional trauma instead of emotional damage.
Oh, Zach, thank you. I just got the YouTube notice that you're live.
Oh, you're so welcome. We only ended about 20 minutes ago.
We're still waiting on the notice that we go live. So
Joe Dog came into the Discord. It's like, oh yeah, hi, I'm Zach. Just went off on us.
I don't know why it's so late, but that would also explain why the views were less tonight. That definitely should have been more for. I mean, it's not that late.
No, it was
It's not
10:45.
It's not even midnight here yet.
Yep.
And the stream was scheduled more than 10 minutes before too, so people knew it was there.
Well, I wonder how many people are still relying on the website.
Maybe. Honestly, it's possible. I need to get that back online. Anyone know TypeScript, JavaScript, and React Native?
Joe
Bachman might.
We talked about it at one point. I don't think so.
I can write HTML on a napkin and have it work.
He was like, not touching that one.
I don't do programming. I deal with known values, hardware.
All right, he's back, but the device isn't connected yet.
Oh, he's back. Oh, he's
Nope.
back.
Nope.
Oh, he's back.
Now he's back.
Will y'all pick a button and just press it?
I did, but somebody pushed it.
John,
Three
I'm still
of us
love
with
getting
ops
phone
on
calls
here,
during live
and none of us
streams.
know what to do.
Joe, we were talking about the JavaScript and what was it, Zach?
Good question. React Native and a few other things. Joe and I talked before.
Yeah. And I mean, just as he said, as we said that, he said, does anybody know anything about it? You went, oh, okay.
Yeah, you were gone. Like, I'm not touching that at all.
Yeah, no, I got 2 phone calls back to back.
I'm hearing excuses.
Yep.
Come here, Slam.
Yeah, John, I know it creates invites, but the thing is, Facebook and YouTube are slow to send out notifications on it sometimes.
They don't like each other very much.
No.
And they don't like StreamYard either.
Oh, where are you going,
Did
Joey?
see-
Facebook doesn't like streaming at all. Like, I'll throw up one of my games to play, and I've even got it set down all the way to 720 at 30 FPS, and I'll put something up, and then literally 5 minutes later, your stream has ended due to quality issues. I'm like, what quality issues? I've got a 5 gigabit upload. I could stream 4K if I wanted to.
Joey's playing Frogger.
Ooh.
Live action Frogger.
All those flashing lights way back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, about half mile from where I'm at, maybe, third of a mile. Yeah, that's where they're working at right now.
So they'll get you to tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm up here marking the next, set of patches, and we can't work without having that barrier wall. Yeah, well, guess what? I don't get that barrier wall.
Be careful, Joey.
Hey, at least Joe isn't driving the crash truck.
Right? Yeah, you couldn't pay me enough to drive that truck.
Joe knows exactly what I'm talking about.
You talking about the rolling crash barrier with the big old yellow things on the back?
Yep.
Yeah. For the longest time, I used to think that was some sort of ground penetrating radar for construction crews.
That makes sense.
I mean, it does. It looks like a big a big downward firing radar box, and I used to see the ones that had all the cables and everything running to them. I was like, that's got to be some kind of like ultrasonic or sounding or radar type apparatus. And then some guy told me, no, it's just a box filled with air and foam. I was like,
yeah, here in Tennessee, we got the ones that is a double. It's got 2 crash boxes on the back.
Pretty much everybody has the doubles now. Georgia has them. Tennessee has them. Because I go up to Tennessee all the time. I got family up there in Moorestown, so I'm always up the I-40 corridor.
Uh-oh, you're talking Dan's neighborhood now.
I-40? Yeah, I love the snake.
Yeah, he said he's got family in Morristown.
Hey, I do too. Wait, wrong state.
Matter of fact, I passed right through just a day after that big fire up there at Hartford Road.
Oh, the
mountain fire that got up there where the Snowberg vortex station is for the FAA.
Oh,
right there at the Carolina-Tennessee border on I-40. Go ahead.
We're in the anniversary of the Gatlinburg fires.
Coincidentally, there was a Pigeon Forge fire the same day. They had to shut down Dollywood for that fire because it was encroaching all right on their edge of their property.
Oh yeah.
But that I-40 fire, I heard that fire got within 200 feet of the perimeter of that big VOR station that's up there on Snowbird Mountain. They were firebombing it with 6 aircraft just to keep it off that VOR station.
Oh, that's cool watching those things.
Oh, yeah. I actually, right up the roof right here of my house is an ADSB antenna. I feed airplanes.live.
Okay.
It's that ADSB out, those like flight radar tracking sites.
Yeah.
Airplanes.live is one of the open source ones. So.
Oh, so that's how you and Zach got together, know each other.
No,
he joined the server and never left.
Wait a minute. Are you the teenager that was stalking Elon Musk airplane?
No. No, and I 100% disagree with Musk on that aspect because there's a lot of things that went on that turned out to be infactual with that incident. For one, the plane that the guy supposedly tracked had landed 20 hours prior to the actual stalking event, so it wasn't live tracked. 2, DoorDash did confirm he was delivering food, so how is he stalking somebody while delivering food?
Cell phone.
But then, the moment LAPD's threat management unit said, well, we got confirmation he was actually delivering food, Musk and his security team literally just stopped talking to LAPD outright. They said, nope, we're not cooperating anymore. To me, that tells me Musk fucked up. He told a lie, and now he's backtracking from it. I think he did. I think he did it because he didn't agree with the fact that open source ADSB does not have to follow LADD, Limited Aircraft Display Data, PIA, and other government type transponders, because technically the rule is if you don't source official FAA data, anything that's publicly broadcasted is fair game. So if your aircraft, even though it's in LAD, which if you go to Flight Radar, it'll say blocked or private or restricted on the aircraft itself. Open source does not have to follow that rule because your transponder is still sending out publicly broadcasted information IDing your aircraft, but places that source the actual FAA data, server side, they get the list that says, hey, this aircraft's under LAD, this aircraft's under PIA, and all that stuff. If you have the official data, you have to redact it as private, blocked, whatever it may be. And then certain aircraft are exempt from public broadcasts, and they'll just show up as unknown and no data at all, or they just won't even show up at all.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between official to open source.
Especially military aircraft and that baby blue and white 747.
Well, open source ADSB can pick up Air Force One, Air Force Two, as long as they are in a public mode, whether it's mode C or mode S, it's fair game. Now, if they kick over to what's called mode 5 is the encrypted version that only the military and 3 federal agencies have open access to. That's the FAA, DHS, and the FBI. But for regular receivers, because it's encrypted, you can't do it. So most military aircraft are in mode 5, but it's at their discretion if they want to go mode S, mode C, and be publicly viewable, because it's also psychologically, it's literally a, hey, we're here. Why don't you come look at us? Come on, come look at us. They'll go over towards Ukraine or Israel, like the RC-135 spy planes. They'll sit out there in international waters and just go mode 5, mode S. Hey, here we are. You know we're here. Now we're publicly announcing we're here. What you going to do about it?
I think my favorite is the F-22s flying up between the Iranian F-4s and going, you guys might want to go home.
You really need to go home.
Dude, they had them F4s lit up 80 miles out. There's no doubt about that. And then the F4 is just so obsolete, it didn't even know what he was looking at with his radar warning receiver. It was like, wait a minute, what's this signal I'm getting? I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to alert the pilots at all.
They probably didn't even get a warning until he broadcast, because
like, okay, I have a USAP IT clearance, so there's some things that I do know, and they're not like complete secrets. A radar warning receiver, if it does not know the actual frequency or the type of broadcast, it won't even alert the pilot, because then you would just be getting a complete shitstorm of erroneous warnings. So those F4s are so old and so obsolete that they don't even know the specs to the F-22's targeting radar. They're just like, oh, well, I don't know what this is. Ignore. Discard.
Assuming he was using radar.
Like I said, I guarantee you those 2 F-22s had those F4s bracketed and ready 80 miles away. That radar will reach out to 140 miles.
But they don't have to use radar for targeting anymore. They can do all that stuff with infrared. And from what I understand with the F-22, it's got all sorts of neat little sensors all around that aircraft.
Oh, yeah.
That just like, hey, you want to kill that?
If I'm here, the AIM-9X, which is the infrared-based missile, all the pilot has to do is, I see you, click. Literally, that missile will fly off that rail and just go whoomp, back behind him. Off-bore HUD joint helmet cued missile system, and all they got to do is look at it, and the missile's like, "Oh, I see you."
They don't even have. It can actually see through the airplane.
That's the F-35.
I thought the F-22 did that also.
No, because you know that little gold-plated hexagonal-looking thing under the nose of the F-35?
Yeah.
That's the system they're talking about. That's the EOTPS.
Yeah, where me and John live, we were in the test, what's it called? Test range for the
corridor.
Corridor. The test corridor for the F-22.
Where's that at?
Up in Chattanooga.
Oh, yes. The low-level test range?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We started affectionately calling them raptor farts.
Okay. They'll take off out of, I think, Tullahoma at Arnold.
No, they would fly out of Marietta.
Okay.
The plant out of Marietta.
Dobbins.
Yep.
No, Dobbins is Marietta.
Yeah.
Robbins is Warner Robins.
Yeah, I said Dobbins.
Dobbins. It came out as, I think it came out as Robbins, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we also have the what's known as the world's longest yard sale, the 127 yard sale.
Mm-hmm.
And we were up there one year. We stopped at one of these little places, where a lot of vendors were. And all of a sudden, boom! I mean, people hitting the ground, all that. This old man whittling. Never even flinched. Everybody going, what the hell was that? And he goes, as either one of them damn new airplanes or Jimmy blew up the meth lab again.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so speaking of transonic booms, I was working the Atlanta Air Show back in '99 when we still called it the Wings Over Dixie. Hashtag politically correct now. And we had one of the Dias B1s come to the show that day. So, and it was one of the only female pilots of the B1. So we're out there and we all have our little earbuds with the Unicom up and everything. Of course, we knew when she was going to come out and do her public show for everybody to know about, because she went down to the Barry Goldwater bombing range in Florida, and then she made a surprise run later on that day going back to Texas. So we're all out there, and there's a couple of little biplanes and whatever running around. Then we hear over the radio, heads up, boys, from the southwest, 0.95, clear the airspace. And so you see all these little steermans and everything just kind of pull away and everything. And unless you had a scanner in the crowd, you had no idea. Literally, this B1 is treetop level plus 200, and just out of nowhere, we're like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then full burners, wings back with a vapor cone. She rolls this perfect barrel roll out over the trees, and everybody's like, oh, no. And we were like, yes.
Yeah, we had air shows up here, and we had the Blue Angels, and this was Friday practice day, and we're all out. You know, I got the wife, the kids out there, and there's a lot of people standing off to the side. I mean, they're doing their show.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, they went 2 by 2 and started orbiting.
Oh yeah, they're doing the sneak test.
No, it was 2 by 2s, slow speed orbits.
Okay.
We're going, that's not right. And this guy goes, hold on a minute. He pulls out his scanner and just about turns the scan. Just as soon as he turns the scanner on, I hear Blue Angel 4. You are cleared to Warner Robins. Good luck. Come to find out, they bumped each other.
Ooh.
Knocked the door off the landing gear. It landed in a high school football field. But his partner says, Levelfield, I'm going to escort just to be sure. They said that would probably be advisable. He flew Blue Angel 7 for the show.
I made Zach jealous yesterday too. I got to take a 15 Delta 2-seater ride in a unrestricted takeoff.
What?
It's where they take off, get up about 30 feet over the runway, and sit there till they hit about 350 knots, and then at the end of the runway, yeet. Runway to 30,000 in 30 seconds. And you're looking at the world like this. And the world's just going.
I saw one of those. They had one of the top fuel dragster drivers.
Oh, those are so fun.
He says, how do you want to do this? He said, take her out to the end and let's go space shuttle. He goes, all right. Are you sure? He goes, I'm used to getting hit, pulling the G's of being hit by a tractor trailer running 100 miles an hour. Let's do this. He went, okay, you know what to do. He said, I know exactly what to do. Down the runway they go. They pulled up, and just as he, did that roll at the top, the top fuel drag driver went.
Those are fun videos to watch.
Just turned his lights out.
Yeah. Pulling the 8G vertical with the Emlyn rollout.
Yeah. We lost
Excuse you, I'm talking.
So? You're not talking to me. I like the people that keep their speakers open, and I'll start going.
Hey, one happy cat.
Yeah.
Apparently, I woke up my daughter telling that story.
Will you shut up?
Literally. She's like, Daddy, I'm up here watching TV, and I was already about to fall asleep. I could hear you all the way up on the top floor. Because this is ground floor. Then I have a main floor, and then a second. I have 3 stories at this townhouse. And she's texting me, and I'm like, Daddy, I can hear you all the way upstairs over my TV, and I was just about to fall asleep.
Well, it's too early to go to bed. That's what I'd have replied back.
She has an event she's going to tomorrow.
It's still too early to go to bed. Ask Dan. Dan's going to go for 3 more hours.
I didn't actually hit the bed this morning until about 7.
How long did you stay on last night?
I was no longer on air, but I wasn't sleepy.
Like 3 p.m. Easterns when I left, or a.m. Easterns when I left.
I left when everybody else left.
Oh, Zach, update. The school's pressing charges against that boy. They took it out of my hands, and they said they're pressing against him.
Well, good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying there was an update I got today.
Finally, a school doing what they should do. That's what happens when you have one student run, attack, and try to stab another in the school.
Yeah, so y'all, yesterday, my 13-year-old got attacked, and basically, you know, the jump hook punches that they used to ambush you? Boy got her in the back doing that, and then when she fought back, he tried to stab her with a pencil.
Oh my God!
But my daughter beat the ever living brakes off that little dude. and then the school called me because we were in Discord. I forget what we were talking about, but I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta go, y'all." My school just called. My daughter got into a fight. I almost took my pistol, and I was like, "No, leave that, dumb fuck." Anyways, so I get there, sheriff's deputy and Conyers PD, or not Conyers, Oakwood PD's pulling up, and an ambulance is pulling up. We get to talking, and then the wife and the husband of the son pull up, and I mean, this dude literally drifted the car into the parking lot. He's so mad. He steps out and he says, "All right, where's that bitch that beat up my son?" I turned around. I said, "You call my daughter a bitch one more time. Let's see what happens." He swings at me. I duck him, and I face planted him in the parking lot. And it happened so fast, it was done and over before the deputy even turned around. So he went to jail for assault. The son got suspended for 14 days out of school, and now he's being charged with ag assault for a minor because he basically punched her right here at the base of the neck in the back. She's got a massive ass bruise on her back.
Damn.
Yeah.
At a girl though.
Well, the story goes even further. Back on Tuesday, some girl slapped my daughter. Apparently, this boy is the boyfriend to the girl that slapped my daughter. So this is something ongoing. And they're like, "Yeah, we're going ahead. We're going to file charges for you." I mean, we don't disagree that you have every right to say yes or no. And I said no at the time because it's all, you know.
Trying to get Chris's attention real quick.
Chris's attention real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. I had that same situation happen when my daughter was in school. And, you know, I showed up, you know, she called me and goes, "Daddy, I'm being picked on at school. I'm being bullied." I need help. I said, I'm on my way. I mean, I took off work and went out. And I'm going, I walk into the office and I say, I want to talk to the principal. And they're like, of course, she was the same principal that was there when I was there. Mm-hmm. Joe, what's wrong? I said, Megan called me and she's being bullied by somebody. And I want to find out what the hell's going on. And, she goes, hold on. She calls the principal out, and I talked to him for a minute. He goes, come into my office. And he calls her in. She shows, she comes in. I said, tell him what you told. She goes, I said, tell him and tell him who it is. Okay, whatever. He was one of the football players. And this just so happened to be game day. This guy comes in, makes Joe Bachman look like a little kid. Wow. I said, is that the guy? And the principal goes, no, that's not him. That's not him. I said, you just saved his life. But yeah, needless to say, he didn't play the game that night or any game the rest of the season. You got to be a attendee of a school, right, to play football.
Mm-hmm. If you get expelled, they won't let you be on the team anymore.
No.
Oh, funny you mentioned that. He was on the football team. Now they've disqualified him for next year for both baseball and football.
Good.
That's why I declined to press charges, because now the father has to be shamed about it, because now he's going to get posted on the Hall County crime page, and everybody's going to be like, what did you do? He's like, oh, I didn't do nothing. I'm going to be watching that page. I'm going to be like, no, his son tried to clothesline my daughter from behind, and then he tried to attack me for it. But, yeah. They disqualified him. He's going into high school. If he's not in juvie hall, he's going to be going into high school disqualified from both sports teams automatically.
For the year or for now on?
That's yet to be determined by the school board. For now, it looks like it's just going to be for the year, but they're considering his disciplinary record, they may just invoke it for the entire 4 years.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Which means there won't be a college that'll touch him. Nope. Even walk on.
Well,
I just want to know what was going on between the girl and my daughter, and nobody seems to know what happened there.
Yeah, lots of cases there's not consequences.
I'm not even going to go in. Thank you, Donna, for saying that. Considering that other big national news event that just happened, and now they're talking about letting that guy go. The one that beat the teacher nearly to death over a Nintendo Switch.
Good grief.
Now they're saying he's autistic with a 5-year-old capacity. I live with Asperger's. My daughter has Asperger's. I have never seen a person in my life, with all the work I've done with people with disabilities, with a 5-year-old mentality, move with the agility and the force that boy did.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to crutch and scapegoat disability for zero accountability. I'm like,
Yep.
If he goes to prison, they're already going to send him to a medical ward. He's not going to go to straight general population, which was what everybody's crying about. No, that's not how it works. If you have a medical diagnosis and you commit a violent crime and you get sentenced to a prison term, you automatically go to a diagnostic medical ward. You don't go to a regular prison.
Which means he could get out.
No, they're looking at 30 years for him. For that attack.
Oh, Dan. Another serial killer busted today.
Oh, really? Which one?
The LA homeless hunter.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah, they finally caught that monkey dude.
Yeah. There are entirely too many. There are entirely too many serial killers out there that have yet to be caught.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth.
Yeah, Dan's a serial killer
Researcher.
fanatic.
Yeah, but
I was going to say, finish that sentence, Joe Dog.
Yeah, really. Dan's a serial killer. Yeah.
I was going to say aficionado.
Yeah.
So Dan, Dan, do you do the true crime scenes and all that?
I don't do an awful lot of any of it anymore. I met my wife in a Jack the Ripper chat room.
Oh, okay.
And it was basically unsolved mysteries with a lot of historical evidence going down. Some of the people there were former police inspectors in England. My wife is British, so she moved over here and got citizenship over 25 years ago.
Oh, cool.
But I spent about 10 or 15 years of my life in interacting with this group of people. Basically, they would dig up as much historical evidence as they could find. Mm-hmm. Some of them were researchers. Some of them write true crime books. Some of them write Jack the Ripper books. And some of them even lead tours around in London. And one fellow even has a second batch of tours. It's a ghost tour in Gildsworth. No, Guildford. Glad I caught that one. He would rake me over the coals for not being able to remember the name of the town. But there was a lot of stuff. We got to hear some of the wildest fanatical stuff and some of the sanest stuff. And Patricia Cornwell hates us because we debunked her Jack the Ripper book months before it ever came out. Turns out her suspect was an artist, and art school students were very familiar with his career. And during the Autumn of Terror, the Jack the Ripper murders, he was in France with his mother. So yes, you can take a boat train back and forth, but that leaves records. And if you're a 40-year-old man and you're still under your mother's thumb, I do not believe she's going to fail to notice you are missing overnight.
Yeah.
Oh, come here.
So basically, her entire theory was trashed, and not by us, but we pointed out. People have done the research. They've
up here
seen your theory and looked up all the actual facts that you ignored. Oh, and she hates us with a passion.
Oh, Chris, remember when we were up at FrankenCon?
Yeah.
The guy had the serial killer list, serial killer playing cards.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, that was the same day Ted Kaczynski died.
Oh.
And, he's sitting, I walked around. I mean, I'd got the notification probably 30 minutes earlier, and he had all of them laid out, and there was Ted Kaczynski and all that. I'm going, well, you need to put deceased on that one. He goes, he's not dead. And I said, yeah, he is. He died this morning. He's like, what? He had just had all the cards printed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Dan knows that.
Yep. Well, it's a fascinating field of study, but it's also quite disturbing when you actually come to the realization there are about 200 serial killers active in the United States right now that have never been caught. And there are several in Canada that have yet to be identified and caught. So there's an entire string of ladies of the night.
I have a solution for that.
Well, if they can't find him, they can't do nothing.
Two rifles right here.
Yeah, but you got to know who it is first.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I get that point, but
well, y'all remember the DC shooter, don't you?
Oh yeah,
had everybody, people would get out to pump gas in the car, and they'd be squatted down behind the car, pumping the gas.
Well, no, wait, were they squatted behind the car? I thought they were in the trunk with a portal.
No. The potential victims were squatted down to keep from getting shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a tail light that he could take in and out from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
While his kid was driving around town.
Mm.
So that not only was he a serial killer, he had a conspirator.
Well, I remember when I was real little about the Atlanta child murders of the early 80s.
Yep. I was at Olympic Park when dude detonated that bomb. I was about 300 meters away from that site.
Oh, so you felt the thump.
I felt the thump, and I felt my Marine father scooping up me, my brother, and my mom and yeeting us into a bush too.
I was in underground Atlanta when they announced the first Rodney King trial verdict.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, I was only 12 for that, but my father was glued to the TV on that one.
They had
South Korean roof guys, yeah.
They had probably 16-foot diameter planters that were overturned.
Oh yeah, them boys were rough because my father was looking at it like, they did what?
Yeah, I was in Sam Goody, which was like
Goody got it.
I remember Sam Goody.
Goody got it.
Yeah, it was basically.
I wish they would bring back Underground. They closed it all up now, and
yeah.
Well, I mean, they tore Dante's Down the Hatch down.
They tore a lot of it down.
So it really went down the hatch. Okay.
Well, in dump trucks, I mean, they took not a bulldozer, but a scoop, and just was knocking chunks out of the buildings till it was nothing but a pile of lumber.
Yeah.
And scooped it up and put it in trucks and hauled it off.
Hauled it to the dump.
Underground is technically still there. It's just they put these giant steel slabs over the doors now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's technically, if you can get past this, there are some guarded access points.
Mm-hmm.
But literally that whole place is still there. They're talking about making. There's been some rumors floating around City Council now that they're going to turn it into something new. Now they're going to open it back up and make it a completely different venue.
Well, I used to go walking through underground Atlanta, and then I would be on campus at Georgia State. After I walked on to the other side, I would get off the 5 Point station and
good old 5 Points
and walk through there. I even remember the Downtown Riches store.
Yes. Oh my God! Now we're hitting memory lane.
Yep. My great aunt used to marvel at me for walking around downtown Atlanta about 8 o'clock at night.
Oh God! Don't do that today.
It wasn't a good idea back then, but
even back then it wasn't a good idea.
Yes, she said I went where angels feared to tread.
Do you remember Ace's Barbecue over there by the Auburn Farmers Market?
I heard of it. I never went to it. I didn't venture past Grady Hospital. And I did walk up into the Fairly Poplar District on occasion. I remember the Texas restaurant.
Dude, that Ace's Barbecue, that was some of the best street side barbecue you could get your hands on.
I don't doubt it.
The owner died a few years back, and they just closed up. They're like, we're just in his name, we're just going to shut down, and the city agreed to put a plaque in the sidewalk, site of Ace's barbecue.
I did get to go to Pascal's one time.
Pascal's is fun.
That was back in the day. There was a lot of power brokering going on between the aspects of city leadership.
Oh God, it still is going on.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I just posted a Christmas song. And no, it's not the Whamageddon.
I don't believe you still.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that.
I trust this traffic next to me more than I trust your links, Joe Dog.
Oh God, I will confirm it's not the Whamageddon, but I've seen this one too.
It could be a Rickroll.
It's probably a Rickroll.
No, it's not a Rickroll.
It's not.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Oh, there is a possible new rule to Whamageddon or Mariah.
Huh?
Yeah. If the next song played is Do They Know It's Christmas, you're saved.
Wow.
John, I didn't hear you. You're muted.
I have not heard this rule.
I saw it earlier today on Facebook.
Oh, it's on the internet. It must be true then.
Yeah.
I went and did a Facebook Live today.
The whole Whamageddon thing is on the internet. So.
Well, I posted on December 1st.
Somebody actually came out with a reverse Whamageddon.
What?
You're supposed to hear it as many times as possible, and the more times you hear it, you get 10 points per time. And if you come out the other side with enough points, you win.
Okay.
I went and did a live today at Cabbages and Kings because they had their board game thing, and that's where Michaela's got books.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was leaving one of the other versions of it, and I looked at him, and I was like, Dan, his name is Dan. I looked at him, I said, Dan, I don't care if this is a fake one or not. I just freaking lost. I hate this game. He just
No, you can, the covers are cool. It's the original.
No,
yeah,
I just
it has to be the original.
I want to lose.
Hey, I was out at 12:51 p.m. on December 1st at Walmart.
On purpose?
No, at Walmart, you have no control over what they play, and sometimes I think they have no control over what they play.
I think their employees request songs.
No. And the thing is, when it came on, it was like employees and everybody stopped and went.
I would have went, yay.
At our Walmart, they used to have a grand piano set up by one of the sets of doors, and had a young lady just sitting there playing Christmas carols, the traditional stuff, for hours at a time. Then she'd take a break, then she'd come back, and then her shift would end. I don't know if I never saw them have a second shift piano player come in, but you know, if you're going to go that far, I mean, good grief! And they were both the little girl was very good on the piano, had a very sparkly, bubbly personality, and just brought smiles to everybody's faces as they walked by. One of the few things I think a Walmart has ever done correctly.
Yeah. Oh, I got another little video clip for Cap.
Dan, you're mentioning that piano player. Do y'all let me see if I can find her name again. Do y'all know that piano player that sings about poop and shit and farts all the time while playing the piano, using like Disney songs?
I was gonna say, is that Joe Dog?
Yeah.
No, it's a lady. It's a lady.
Oh, is it Joe Dog?
Dude, looks like
no, it is not Joe Dog. Jesus Christ, y'all.
No, it's not the sort of thing that I would search YouTube for.
Well, I mean, she does it with like comedy, and it's just interesting the way she does it. She plays ragdoll piano,
Oh,
and
well,
she takes all. It's like, I have gas. It is flying out my ass, like shit like that while playing the piano.
That's Joe Dog's theme song.
Wait a minute. Is that?
I mean, she lives in Vegas. It's a little young. It's a little short girl.
Is she really voluptuous?
No, she's pretty
Okay,
thin.
then it's not the
Pretty
one
thin.
I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I gotta find her.
well, when Chris gets back, ask him the story about the two stewardess in the elevator at the airport Hilton.
No, don't ask him.
Don't ask. Oh.
Yeah, two Delta stewardesses saved Chris's life.
Oh Lord.
Oh, I got something for you to watch, Cap.
And he falls down all by himself, perfectly landing.
Oh my God!
I don't like to see anything bad happen to animals or anything like that, but
at some point, though, that is hilarious.
You gotta laugh at dumbassery.
I cannot find this girl. What is her name? I always want to remember it, but then I can't remember it.
I can just see that cat at the bottom of the ladder going, "Yep, I meant to do that." Then run off behind the couch. Meow.
God, I need an aspirin. I have a headache now.
The cat was trying to figure out exactly how many lives it just used up.
Hey, remember the cat that went flying down the stairs? was meowing and just bouncing down each stair of an entire flight of stairs, going.
Well, I like the one where the guy had the laser pointer on the box at the top of the stairs, and the cat says, "Mine." Shoot.
Toboggan box.
Kitty the Duchess. I love that channel.
I like Penny and the 3 Southern Cats.
Well, Kitty the Duchess is the one that has like the voiceovers of her black cat, and it's like, "Send this to your brother. Hello, brother." It just goes on to this tangent. And then there's another one. "Send this to your sister. Hello, sissy." One of the lines in the sister one goes, "Sometimes I give you all the therapy you need. Sometimes talking to you gives I need therapy."
That sounds like my sister.
Kitty the Duchess is an awesome channel. Oh my God, what is this girl's name again?
You okay there, Dan?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to make you cry.
Oh no, it's finally. I've had a little speck of fiberglass in the corner of my eye since Thursday.
Ooh.
It finally got to where I could get it with a Kleenex.
But aren't you gonna be glad that you're not gonna have to deal with that here in 3 days?
Yeah, and Lindsay will be glad. I'll probably be throwing about half of my work clothes away because I've been wearing them for 46 years. And they're so full of glass that if I put on certain shirts, I can't even get out the front door to go to work without starting to itch. They've just got fiberglass fibers inside the cloth of the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Dan works at a fiberglass factory.
For 3 more days.
19.
So what's your last? Are you gonna work the week after Christmas?
No, I'm going to go in on January 2nd, file for all of my vacation time, and then my last day will be February 8th. I will come in, wave bye-bye. And
no, I'm sort of looking at the calendar. So you are gonna work the week after Christmas? or do you take that off?
I am not working any more Fridays this year, so I'm only working Monday through Thursday.
Okay, well, Christmas Day is a
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
So you're going to go in for those 3 days?
Yeah.
For Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of that week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't show up Tuesday, I don't get my Christmas holiday pay.
Ah.
So which figure are you going to use in February when you say goodbye?
Huh? Oh.
Which figure are you going to use when you say wave goodbye in February?
All of them.
No, he's going to be. His fingers are going to be too busy unbuckling his pants, so he can bend over and tell him to kiss it as he's walking out the door.
Actually, nobody would notice. Nobody would notice. But I do have an oak tree in my front yard that is rather full of mistletoe. And I seriously about pinning a sprig of mistletoe to the back belt loop of my pants and walking around all day just like that.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
I want to comment, Dan, but I won't because I love your wife too much.
Well, I'd unpin it before I got home. Believe me.
That's what you call the Fafa with the wife moment.
Yeah, I'm crazy, but I ain't stupid.
Chris, I'm going to need you to remind me in November next year to start spotting trees with mistletoe, so I can head around to these Christmas tree lots, selling bundles of mistletoe. That could be a quick $300-400.
Possibly.
Unless you fall out of a tree. And it's a quick
gotta film that.
That's a quick 50 grand right there, yeah.
Right? Fall out the tree. I'm suing you for improper trees.
Oh, and now Donna wants mistletoe.
I know, right, Donna?
I don't know if I've got a tall enough ladder to safely climb that high. And at my age,
pellet rifle.
Exactly, John. Exactly. Pellet rifle.
I don't have a pellet rifle.
I hope this lady didn't delete her page because I can't find her now.
Oh, good grief.
Hold on. Let me go to my Facebook. I know I've posted about her before.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that, Donna. Yes, indeed. I find it hard to believe you don't have oak trees covered with mistletoe up there. Maybe it's too cold. I mean,
Are you around water down there, like a lake or a river?
There's a small stream about 150 yards away, but this oak tree is right next to my 200-foot deep well.
Yeah. No, well, it's mistletoe is real thick around rivers and lakes.
Oh, okay.
Something
so
about
maybe it's humidity, pulling water from the air, like Spanish moss does.
Yeah, and mistletoe is actually a fungus.
Yes. Well, it's a parasite. I don't know about a fungus. It's got leaves.
And berries. Funguses usually don't have berries.
That's true too. That's true too. We usually don't bring any in the house because of the pets, because it is very toxic.
Yes.
We stopped buying the
poinsettias.
That's the one. Yes. Thank you for helping me come up with the word. I'm having aphasia tonight. And no, that's not something that you put tomato sauce over and parsley and stuff. That's when you know the word, you just can't get your mouth to actually say it.
Yeah. Strangely enough,
Chris,
I'm good at answering those when I'm half asleep or fully asleep.
I I was told that Cap can't do it, but I was going to tell him to tell you how two Delta waitresses or stewardess lives got saved. How they saved your life.
You want me to tell Cap that?
Yeah.
Joe, was I actually at that hotel?
Yeah, you were at that hotel.
That was an Apricon, wasn't it? The last
time gate. It was the last time gate.
No,
it was the last Apricon.
Oh, it was? Okay, yeah, I was there.
Because they had the cars outside?
Yep. Yeah. And Thomas Williford came down, and he's a wonderful fellow, great artist, really. Works in leather goods and steampunk bits and bobs. And okay, take it away, Chris.
Okay,
and
to set this up for you.
He is from Atlanta, so he knows the hotel.
You know the Atlanta Airport Hilton?
Yes. My mom used to work there at Delta, so yes, I'm very familiar with it.
Okay, so you know how they got that big courtyard outside?
Yes. Yeah, the Hilton courtyard, yeah.
Yeah, with blackberries and all that stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're just leaving the con suite.
Okay.
We got a snack. We got on the elevator. And
top floor.
Yeah, and then maybe a floor later, some really pretty stewardesses get on the elevator.
Okay.
I don't realize it at the time. Joe shoots me a look. I later figure out what it is because he tells me. We go down. We get off. We start heading outside. He said, I guess you know they saved your life. I was like, what? He says, I held it long enough. And we go outside. And you know how expansive that is out there. You know, you got the parking lot, you got the courtyard, you got all the traffic, all the smog stuff from Atlanta Airport.
Yeah.
I was walking away from him as fast as I could walk, and I still could not escape the odor emanating from his posterior. I don't know if I would have survived if he'd let that loose in the elevator.
Oh my God!
I don't know if anybody would have survived getting on it. I mean,
there was another time when he did actually, on his way up to the room, I do believe.
Yeah, that was at Memphis. He could tell that story.
Memphis.
Yeah, he did fail to hold it in all the way up, but the next people on that elevator were screaming for the next 4 or 5 floors.
Let Joe tell that story because he does a good job.
Oh wow!
I mean, I fumigated. I mean, it was to the point I was getting my nose to the crack of the door for the wind. As the doors open on the 17th floor, 17th floor, 16th floor.
Okay.
Doors open up, and I'm falling out the elevator. There's this group of kids all dressed up in anime costumes and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Almost pushed me back in, let me go out of the way. I rolled out of the way. They all piled in, the door closed, and I heard, oh my God! Oh, open the door, Well, I posted this story on Facebook. One of our friends, his name's Gary Shelton, he hardly ever comments or says anything. He went, oh my God, that was you. I heard them screaming as they went by.
And he's one of those guys that never gets bothered by anything. He's kind of got one of those gruff, deal with it, attitude.
Lord.
And he got animated responding about, oh my God, that was you.
So if you're ever around Joe Dog and you see him get that evil grin, and if you ever see it once, you know exactly what it is. walk away very quickly.
And try not to cause a draft when you ease away.
And try to go upwind.
Yeah.
Into the wind you travel, my son.
Of course, if he's as bad as he was there at the last Anachrocon, nothing's going to help you. You can't escape it.
Oh, you don't remember the time at Outside Con when it went upwind?
I think I heard about it. I don't know if I was there for that.
I gassed an open air pavilion.
Oh, Lord.
And all the girls were sitting on the other side of the thing. And it was actually Dave Watson that was sitting there. They all thought it was Dave Watson. And, Dave got up and sort of left, and they went, oh, my God. They went, he shit his pants. I'm sitting over giggling.
Yep.
That's when Danny was there. He goes, that wasn't him. It was this asshole.
Dawn, here you go. Here she is. Kristen Poops on Instagram is the name of the account. Listen to it, though. She's good.
I'll check that out later.
She is actually pretty funny with this stuff.
Oh, Chris muted it to go listen.
Oh, dear.
No, I didn't mute it to go listen. I had to blow my nose.
Oh, where's the gas one, though? The gas one is just so hilarious.
Hang around Joe long enough, there will be a gas one.
No, but it's this girl, though, that plays the piano and sings pretty much crude humor.
There's a cute little girl that sings puns. I can't.
No, she's good, though, with the piano. And
is that the girl I was talking about,
Holy
Chris?
shit.
What, she's kind of more voluptuous.
Yeah. Hey, that's my theme song. She's writing about me.
here it is. I found it. The gas video.
I can't think of her name, but she shows up in the suggested reels for me. She's the one singing fun puns because it's fun. Boop.
Yeah, okay, that's the one I was thinking of.
What Disney song is that? Da 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 da.
Be Our Guest from Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, so she took Be Our Guest and turned it into I Have Gas.
Taco Bell's to blame. And it's Joe's song.
Oh my God. Her real name is Kristen Mosca.
Mm.
Yeah, I have a feeling those will end up on the secret humor group. Is Donna still with us?
Yeah. She's trying to think of a way to convince me to climb up into a damn oak tree and get her some mistletoe is what she's plotting.
We can think of some things to convince him, right? Wait, Donna, should I do it?
Yeah, she's here.
She did a really good rendition of Ragdoll Piano to Zombie.
Hey, hey Dan, do you want me? Does Donna want me to do that to convince you to go up in the tree?
That's not going to convince me to go up in the tree.
She's like, yeah, do it, Dawn. Uh-oh. The ponytail came off.
Mistletoe would be so nice for Donna right now.
Oh.
I could think of a few things that would be so nice for Dan right now.
Nice rebuttal.
I wish I could see the look on Donna's face right now.
Oh, nice rebuttal.
dear God.
John, do I need to get you an ice cube so you have a facial expression?
I have ice cream. I'm just watching.
No, an ice cube.
Oh,
You're just like, durr.
He's doing research.
That was a good one, though, Dan. Nice return.
Well, I have worked in a factory for 46 years.
Oh, look at that.
But you've only known this hair for a year.
I bet y'all could.
Okay, my daughter just literally said, "Daddy, shut the fuck up."
We all get that. We all get that.
She gonna get something. She gonna get something tomorrow though, because I do have a thing with her about saying the F word. She's only 13. I'll give her a slip every now and then, but when she's doing it like that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Come on. You can do it. Caramel popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
To my daughter, we will have words tomorrow.
But for tonight, it was funny.
I'm not even talking that loud.
I can't remember the guy's name, but he's a Korean redneck comedian.
Henry Cho.
Henry Cho.
Henry Cho.
And he does that joke about the teacher asked everyone in the class to come up with a Native American name, and his daughter picked Chick-fil-A. So he got a phone call, and he shows up, and the teacher's explaining it to him, and she goes, "Don't you have a problem with this?" He goes, "Yeah. How was her timing? Because that was funny."
Oh, the burn.
Yeah, but he's from Knoxville, so he has my accent. But he's Korean.
He's Korean, but he's got that Knoxville accent.
Yeah.
Oh, one of his best lines, he goes, "Yeah, Dad took us fishing one time. Couldn't keep Mama from eating the bait."
Oh, what's that clicking noise?
Get to the kitty.
Yep, this is.
I want to figure out this dad jokes where they're streaming their channels, because that's been popping up in my Facebook, and they were making these jokes. And I was like, "Oh, I have got to watch this."
Is it two guys on a dock?
No, it's a bunch of British people, both guys and girls, and they're just coming up with all these crude, dark humor dad jokes. It literally says Mad TV dad jokes and a couple other tags on it, and I cannot find this show.
Have you met Kiri?
Oh,
not yet.
Kiri, where are you? I think Kiri's streaming tonight. Screaming. Could be screaming by now too, right? Streaming tonight.
One of the jokes they said involves Uno and Hispanics.
Uh-oh.
Kira's like, "I'm out."
I will tell it if it's allowed.
I'm glad I didn't have my can of beer up with my mouth right about then. Hang on.
I will tell it if it's allowed. It's a really short one. So, yes or no?
Hey, it's 2 hours. It's hour and 38 minutes in. Go for it.
Why can't Mexicans play Uno? Because they always run with the green cards.
Nice one, you guys.
Right? And they put this on Facebook in Facebook Shorts. I was like, how are these people not banned from Facebook of all places?
Good night, everybody.
because the Mexicans think it's funny as hell. That's why.
I'm like, oh my God, no.
Well, it's funny when Gabriel Iglesias, aka the fluffy comedian guy, was talking about him going to the Middle East. And he's like, they want me? It's like, yeah, you're the second most popular comedian over here. The second? Who's the first? Who do you think? Really? Yeah,
who's the guy? Yeah, I would say who's the guy that does Ahmed?
Jeff Dunham.
Oh yeah.
And
I kill you.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
What's
the
really
jokes
funny
they talk
is that,
about is hilarious.
My wife was living in New Mexico when we had our telephone long distance romance just before we first got together, and she moved out here to Georgia and started going to my mother's church, and the church ladies found out that she had been living in New Mexico. They wanted to know whether or not she had to have a passport to get into the United States when she lived.
Why is a church of all places asking that?
And, I mean, seriously, she is pure British. And if you heard her talk for 5 seconds, you would know she is not the slightest bit Hispanic. But God, I mean, I'm going. This is the church that I went to as a child. Yes, I understand, but evidently genetics is a thing around here.
Dan, I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's that Venezuelan accent she's got.
She doesn't have a Venezuelan accent. Oh well, when she speaks Spanish, she might.
English accent.
She was born in Caracas, Venezuela.
Well, I know she was born there, but she doesn't have.
Yeah. Her family did not move back to England until she was about 5. So English is her second language.
I want to go to Makalu.
Asked her to, the church asked her to come to the Food Bank Wednesdays so that when Hispanic families come in, they've got somebody that can actually speak Spanish to communicate with them, because some of them have not picked up English yet.
Don't ever ask me to speak Spanish. I know one phrase, and it's not a good one.
I would just love to see the Hispanic look on their face when they hear her talking to whoever, and then turn around and speak Spanish with the Venezuelan accent.
Yeah, the only real phrase I know, I got dared to say at 15.
She was out in New Mexico long enough to pick up the accent from out there, and it's kind of Spanglish, but there's some Apache and whatnot going on as well. So it's not. I hesitate to say it's not a pure Spanish, but what she remembers from her childhood is pure. She'll watch a South American sports station to get to see her soccer games or British football, because they charge too much for the English speaking stations and the Spanish ones are free. So I'm sitting here and I hear somebody really excited talking in Spanish and a crowd going wild, and I'm going, okay. And then my wife starts cussing like a sailor. I go, oh, somebody missed a goal.
I can't. She's such a sweet lady. I can't imagine her cussing like a sailor.
You do know me, right? She has plenty of motivation.
Dom, I will tell you right now, Lindsay can tell you to fuck off and go to hell with her British accent and make you look forward for the trip.
I can imagine.
Oh, before I forget, Dan, I have to mention, because your earlier conversation, I have to mention one of my favorite Babylon 5 episodes.
Oh.
Comes the Inquisitor.
Oh, yes.
I need to go watch that again. I need to go watch that again.
Yeah.
Somebody was talking about doing a reboot of that, or not a reboot, but a continuation. They're also
they did an animated
continuation of. No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's got most of the surviving original cast members
to do the voices for it.
Yes, but yeah, it was an animated one that came out.
Well, there's not that many surviving cast members really, except for the major cast members. There's a lot of those that have passed.
Yeah.
But,
oh, and before I forget, it's funny. You talk about how long Lindsay's been in the United States, and them asking her about that. Whereas you got somebody famous, Sofia Vergara, that's been here for a long time, but her accent's gotten thicker and more pronounced.
Yeah, a lot of that's act too.
Yeah,
a lot of that's act.
Lindsay seems kind of disappointed that she hasn't lost her British accent, and I keep going, "No, honey, please don't ever do that."
Oh, that's one of the things that makes her so adorable.
Exactly.
Well, she's adorable with or without the accent, but
I know, but I said so adorable. She's adorable in the first place. That makes her even more so.
And it's one of the many things that make her adorable.
I'm in complete agreement, but
yeah,
she will attempt a Madison County Southern accent from time to time, and she is the reason I gave up trying to do fake British accents because she found that painful.
Yeah.
Well, if she wants to do a Southern accent, just tell her to slow down her cadence of how she speaks.
That'd be like trying to put that'd be like trying to put a governor on a machine gun.
There's times where she's talked slow to me.
Yeah.
But I think that's because she was tired.
Well, that's also why some of the best Southern characters are portrayed by British people. They slow down their cadence.
There was a guy on YouTube that was doing things about different American accents, and he was pointing out that almost all of them are a variation of Irish accents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
sometimes my accent does come out as being Irish, I think.
That's Minnesota.
No, that sounds like Minnesota.
Yeah, that's Norwegian and Swedish.
It got recharged last weekend, so now it'll come out more predominantly at times.
Yeah.
Pardon me while I whip this out.
Oh. And once I start, I don't stop.
Counting on it.
10 minutes,
Lord.
guys.
Next thing we'll know, there'll be Schnitzengruben and mentioned.
Yeah, go ahead and get it in your hand because it's almost time.
Yes, I know. It means
that's her happy song.
I know.
You know what my happy song is? Literally Ren and Stimpy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy.
Yeah, I used to have a happy sock. My mom threw it away.
Let's be odd. Because she can get the stains out of it anymore.
No, because it was probably a crusty sock.
Yep.
And it was turning green and brown.
I am not going to have any trouble topping this show tonight. I could sit there and just stare at the camera for 2 hours, and it's going to be
oh my god,
less controversial.
And for once, it wasn't my fault.
It's never your fault. We've met your mother.
Yes, you guys did get to meet her finally. Through and my father. Now you guys know it's not my fault.
Oh,
who's beeping?
It's my watch.
Somebody's beeping.
Oh, I finally found that watch. We had a watch that fell down behind something in the bedroom, and every morning at 2:30, it would go off. And by the time we got up, traced it down, it quit.
That watch hated you. Oh my God!
I finally
Why on God's green earth did you ever set an alarm for 2:30 in the morning?
I'm kind of wondering that myself, and
now
why
you know how the watch got behind the furniture.
Well, once I found it, I did the most fatherly thing I could do. I hid it in my son's room.
Actually, you know what you do? Figure out when he goes to work in the morning and set the alarm for like 10 minutes after he goes to work and drop it down the defroster vent in the car. So he's driving down the road, all of a sudden he starts hearing beep, 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 beep.
Thank God he doesn't drive.
I would be done run my car straight into a pole somewhere, tear that bitch apart, and be like, where the fuck is this beeping coming from?
If you do that to Donna, she's going to put that watch somewhere that it shouldn't stick in you.
It was her fucking watch.
Her fucking watch or her fucking watch? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Now you know why it's set for 2:30.
I know. That's why I was wondering what kind of fucking it was doing.
Doing wax on, wax off?
In defense. Sand the floor.
I can tell this is going to be one of our highest rated shows.
Do we have ready?
Oh, the highest rated last man standing.
What, the one where I slept for 6 hours?
Well, that was you just channeling your inner Andy Warhol, okay?
I thought that was the one where we talked for about 6 hours.
Now we've done that before.
Cap, Chris has called me and woke me up. He goes, I know you were asleep, and I'm so sorry, but Dan has fallen asleep.
Jesus.
I woke up at 5:30 in the morning and gone in, sat down, and first thing I do is look, see, did Dan sign off? Okay, Dan signed off. Good. Because I have came in, show's over, and this is what I see.
Oh my God, I got a story for that one. Friend of mine was having a really, really, really bad time, and he couldn't do anything unless he knew he had somebody he could immediately reach. And so I said, you know what? Okay, here. I'm going to put my phone on a Facebook call, and I'm just going to leave it there. And if you need anything, holler. Now, I turned the volume down so I could sleep, but the phone was right there. So if he needed something or something was going on, he could just yell out. Didn't even have to call me or anything. It was right there on a FaceTime call. I woke up, and he's over there farting for a good 45 seconds. And I was like, he's farting in his sleep. And I was like, okay, wait a minute now. If I got the volume down and it's still loud enough that it's waking me up, I hung up on him. The next morning, I had 36 missed calls and 28 text messages of nothing but raging. I was like, bro, if I could replay what happened last night, I guarantee you'd understand why I hung up. But I looked up. I looked at my phone. I was like, "What is that sound?" I look up and somehow he had managed to contort himself in a bed. His ass was pointed right at the phone, which is why it got so loud. It's like it sounded like that chair. It was literally like 30, 45 seconds of his chair. I was like, Jesus Christ, bro. Yeah, it sounded like he had a trumpet hole.
Dog.
He had a trumpet hole for a fart.
I got the trumpet behind me.
Well, I know y'all see the bass guitar here behind me, so.
Well, the thing is, I ease them out. Mine are silent and
deadly from the way it comes.
Uh-oh. Who's got ESPN going off?
Me, I got a fantasy football notice on my phone.
Yeah. Of course, Chris is in mourning tonight.
Yeah. I have a niece at Alabama. So.
Yeah, me and my brother, we were texting each other. We were raging. Like,
Did Georgia win today?
No, they lost.
Unfortunately, no.
No.
Okay.
And now they're already accusing the referees of so many failed pass calls because there were literally about 6 of them that were blatantly obvious incomplete passes, but they called it and ruled it as complete.
Yeah, pretty much Georgia snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah,
they do that sometimes. Thankfully,
we still won 29 straight games, which is a record.
Well, thankfully, the only Georgia game I care about is when they play Tennessee. I can root for both sides because I've lived in both states. I've been to the University of Georgia. I was a student there. I lived in Tennessee for a long time. I know it's going to be a good game no matter who wins.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
All right.
I see 3 minutes. Time to touch the face of God and everything.
Yeah. We're got to wrap this up. I got to get out of here in the next 30 seconds. So real quick, say goodnight, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.
I am Frau Blucher.